Hey guys, it's Mercedes, also known as that mom here on the internet, and today we are doing our fourth garden update. And today, this video again has no intro because of the way I've been filming clips lately. So, in this video, we are going to be going over our indoor garden stuff, our indoor plants, plus what we have going outdoor, which is kind of sad at the moment because we have been up and over the 100-teen category of the weather very much recently. We had one day of rain actually so far, one day of monsoon storming, and it was beautiful. It was glorious. I think actually a little bit extra in the morning hours the day after, but it is right now. It says raining on and off on my little weather thing. I'm trying to look at it, but it's probably like 109 or something like that. Oh no, it says it's 102, and there is dust storm warnings and rain warnings. So let's kind of hope that there's rain coming for us. So anyway, like I was saying, these clips, since I've been just kind of filming kind of sporadically, it has no intro. So this is basically the intro. So if you guys enjoyed this type of video, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up, and into the clips. I will meet you here after. All this is all grown back with grassy calendula. We'll just kind of let it overtake back over. Hopefully the loofah keeps making it. It's starting to look burned though a little bit. So. Okay guys, I'm sorry for the state of my windowsill at the moment, but I don't think I ever told you guys that a couple weeks ago when we had some avocados, I saved one of the seeds, and it is, I just took off all like the dead skin because I've been seeing a lot of stuff online about taking off like the husk of the dead skin after soaking it for a little bit and then having it go. But I'm so excited. Like, it's got some beautiful cracks in it, which I am thoroughly sure of at the moment that is a very good sign. So I just changed it from these little compostable pots, and I'm going to clean this one out and probably put something else in it, to be quite honest. But yeah, we got these from work on these little thank you gifts, and they had some seeds in them, and the seeds never sprouted or anything, so I've been using them for other things like my avocado. And then here is a little update on my basil plant that we just got, and I showed you guys in the one video, the video where we showed you the small garden harvest and everything. So half of the basil plant was really smushed and bad when it came home from the store, and so I took those leaves right away and dried them out, and I have a bag of basil. Guys, I swear it's basil. It may not look like basil, but it's basil, fresh basil from the plant, and we went ahead and dried them out at about, I think it was 250 for about 40 minutes because they were halfway dried already. So really I just needed to take the rest of the moisture out of them, and then I let them completely cool and everything before putting them in the bag. And I kind of left them as whole basil as I could. And this bag also was reused. As you can tell, we had another type of basil herb in it. But yeah, so this is what basil looks like right now. And then the rest of the plant in the windowsill, I am needing to replant it like really, really soon. But today what I did was I took the, sorry for the fan, it was so loud right there, but I took the carrot toppers and I put it in this container. Okay, so I took the carrot toppers, which have started to sprout already. I'm so happy. And I put it in this container that had one of our chives. The rest of the chives we had put in this container did not survive, except for the one chive right there, which is kind of of halfway surviving, I want to say. So I just needed to place them in soil. So there is some beautiful soil in here. And last night I actually did the banana fertilizer to the rest of the garden. So I went ahead and put some of the banana fertilizer water in the soil prior to, of course, adding in the carrot tops. This one was supposed to be mint, and that one never sprouted. So this is a this tray has holes in the bottom of it, so we're using this little tray lid right here. I have to wash it because it's been outside, and that's why it looks all grimy because of all the dirt and everything that's been going around, all the haboobs that we've been getting, like the little mock haboobs and the big haboobs, dust storms, for anybody not in Arizona. For some reason we call them haboobs, but anyway. I've been using this tray to bottom water because there are holes in the bottom of this, and it has been doing just fine so far. This tray is from the dollar store, and I will link the video where I got this and first started trying to do something in it. So for me, if one thing doesn't work, I just go on to the next thing. Sorry about everything is a mess in the background, guys. This is my one day off this week, so trying to make the most of it. And I'm gonna go and edit a video. And Kita is not enjoying this weather because she wants to go outside, but then it's too hot for her to go outside. Hold on. Hold on, my puppy. It's way too hot. Ow. It's way too hot for my puppy to go outside, huh? Yes. See, but I want you though, Mom. It's hot, but I want you outside. Okay, guys. So I showed you the okay inside stuff. Now to show you the outside pretty sad stuff. It is right now 1:05 and I am insane to come out here, but the baby's still sleeping, so I really needed to get this in real quick. Let's take a look at the first thing. First thing is this. This was the bell peppers. And if you guys saw my last garden update, the garden update number 3, you guys know that I transplanted these, and then the sweet potato decided to kill them by totally just overtaking the entire area that the sweet potatoes in. The sweet potato is still over there in that area, and I have to get it moved, and I am brainstorming where to move it right now, actually. So within the next garden update, you'll see where we got it put. Second thing, never sprouted. There was supposed to be mint in here. Never sprouted. The thing that I keep getting told is the hardest thing to kill never sprouted for me. So we'll try that again in the fall. So that's fun. Now, the part I'm dreading is to walk all the way over there. Can you guys see how sad it's looking from here right now? Let's go. Okay, I'm running out of time actually on my thing, so hopefully we get this really quick here. Sweet potato box, still alive, still kind of thriving. Deep watering these babies at night. Need to figure out some sort of way to cover it because we have no shade cloth because we don't have a shade cloth yet. This is our downfall. So, totally trying to keep those alive. I think I messed up the corn by taking out what was on this side because it was all dead. The snap peas were dead, and I tried to find some of the potatoes that were on that side because the potato plant on this side was also dead. So, I think I hurt the corn by doing that or just because we already hit 116 this year. It's starting to look like that. So I'm told it's supposed to be a good Arizona crop and it's supposed to be okay. So I don't know what's going on, but I have half a packet of seeds left for corn. That's definitely going to be another replant in the fall. The sweet potato is going to be a replant in the fall. Our onion box, we already harvested that. You can see the video on the harvest, or what we did with that. My camera's starting to mess up. I gotta make this quick. The broccoli box. It smells like broccoli out here, guys, because the sun is totally decided that it's gonna kill it. We had some little tiny itty bitty florets in here that are still kind of alive. So I'm just praying and praying. I keep watering these guys. I keep watering them. Keep the oils filled. need to refill that oil, it looks like. This box is all but dead. Watermelons never came to fruition, but they're not dead, but they're getting pretty close. The tomatoes are done producing, so I'm trying to see before I pull them out if I can just leave them and see if they might help the soil. There's mushrooms growing in there, guys, so I know the soil's healthy. This box also has already died. If you guys are wondering where the trellis went, it's over here, just sitting down. But yeah, this box is all dead too, so we're definitely got to replant in here. I am keeping these boxes that don't have anything in them nice and watered, deep watering them at night. This is another compost. Yes, yes. Completely full. Almost ready. Another compost. More soil and mulch in there, so that one I probably will end up putting the new sweet potato in to put that in there. Fairy area, of course. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got to say out here. Oh yeah, by the way, we are still working on making our border and barrier and all that kind of stuff, so that is definitely going to be in another video. Not today's video, of course, but we're still working on that, and I'm working on getting stuff to make the backyard a little bit better. There were bees over here in this tree, but I think they're all dead. Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah. Okay, so, what do you guys think of this one? As you saw, a lot of the garden is dead and or dying. Maybe I should hold this so it doesn't cause any crazy sounds. But anyway, yeah, so, I have definitely learned a good couple lessons from the garden being the way it is right now. As you guys saw in the video, the broccoli wasn't doing very well. It still is not doing very well, but I'm leaving it as long as possible and letting it go to flower, because I still want to keep that garden bed, that garden box that I have them in, nice and hydrated and everything. And I was reading and saying that I was reading and I had seen that even if the plant goes to flower, it's still helping the bed. So I'm leaving that in the bed right now for that reason of aiding the production of the bed in the future. I mean, it's still not completely dead. There's like caviar sized pieces of like broccoli florets in there, and most days with the sun, though, it does smell like broccoli out there in the garden, which is a really weird feeling. And I just know that the sun is just wreaking havoc on them. So we'll see what happens with that bed. I, at this point, don't believe any actual, like, edible food is going to come off those broccolis, but I'm going to try it again next in the fall. Maybe it'll have a better chance of surviving in the fall. And then the box with the watermelon, that at the moment, the watermelon is almost completely dead, and the tomatoes have stopped producing. So I have been looking to see what it means by having a volunteer tomato plant, because somebody told me don't rip out the tomato plant because it can come a volunteer tomato. So I'm still doing more research in on that, what that means. But the tomato plant itself is still alive, it's just not producing. So, but the soil in the box, like I said in the video, is still good. The tomatoes, like I said, they are still alive, they're just not producing. So, the soil, like I said in the video, is still doing wonderfully because there are mushrooms growing in it. And I guess when mushrooms grow in your garden, that means that there is enough nutrients and there is enough fertilizer and everything in your soil. So that is a good sign. So I'm very happy about that, actually, because at first we were picking out the mushrooms because I was like, well, I don't know if these are good mushrooms or bad mushrooms. And then I did more research and I was like, okay, if there's more mushrooms that pop up, I'm just going to leave them. I do plan on actually trying to grow some mushrooms in the fall, so stay tuned on that one. The box with the corn. The box with the corn. Rest in peace, corn. Kind of rest in peace, corn. I have one corn stalk that is still alive, because one got knocked over by the wind and I had tried to splint it and it did not come back to life. One got totally zapped because it was a really tiny one. So my initial big sprout of my corn is the only one that's still alive, and there are silks actually starting to be produced in the center, so I'm hoping to get at least one ear of corn out of this whole corn yield, and if I get one ear of corn out of it, I will consider the corn a success. I had planted the onions way too close to each other, but they still turned out great. So, and I had mentioned that in the video where we had gone ahead and harvested the onions. I'll link it up here. And we had actually cooked those with the Brussels sprouts that one night, and that was all in the video, and they were fantastic. I mean, what kid do you know that just comes up and grabs Brussels sprouts off the table and eats them just like that? Because they were delicious. One second. So yeah, so with the onion box, I had learned that we had planted the onions way too close to each other, but I still considered the onion harvest a success. The other cat that is crying right now is Sage, because my daughter is picking up her Legos. We have cats everywhere, and that's totally fine. Anyway, so the corn box, like I said, if I get one ear of corn out of that one, I will consider it a success. The potatoes that are also in the corn box are still thriving on the side with the corn, so I cannot wait to see how many potatoes we get out of that side of the corn, because like I said in the video, I had tried to harvest the potatoes from the side that had the snap peas, because the snap peas had totally died out and the potato plant on that side of the box had completely died out. So I was trying to see about if there was any potatoes on that side of the box that were still alive, because I did not want them to rot on the inside of the box. So but the other side of the box still has a living potato plant. Are you running down, honey? Okay. So I'm very excited to see if those potatoes are still viable. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. The sweet potato box is still alive, actually, so I'm very, very, very surprised about that. I thought they were completely dead, and then they just kind of started getting more and more bushier, so I'm considering that those are still alive, and I can't wait to see what they do. In the fall, we are going to try to replant a lot of the same things that we had planted in the first place in the garden, because I still have a lot of the seeds, and I do have a ton of seeds inside the house. And then along the lines of the indoor plants that we have that you guys saw in the video, the carrots, I'm just trying to wait for those to go to seed so that we have some carrot seeds to plant in the garden next in the fall. Hopefully they get to that point before the fall and I don't have to buy carrot seeds. And then the celery, oh, you guys don't even know, I have celery and lettuce. Was the lettuce in the video? I can't remember. Give me a second. Okay, I had to go back and look. I did not tell you guys that I have a regrow of lettuce and a regrow of celery now. So that was probably the day or so after I had filmed those couple clips. So yeah, I hope to have the carrots go to seed. The chives, they're still living, the one chive, and we are cooking with it a little bit here and a little bit there. I don't think it's going to, looking at it right now, I don't think it's going to be alive much longer. I don't know how long the regrow process is and how long the regrow season is for chives, so I think at some point those ones will be actually done. I know that when it comes to the lettuce and the lettuce can go, I think, 3 or 4 cuttings, so you can do 3 or 4 regrows within a season. And I believe that the celery, I want to say, is like one extra regrow after it grows for the season. What else did we have in the video? I have the composts. So the one compost side is completely ready to go. We're just keeping it nice and moist and everything, and I'm letting it cure, cure. I cannot say that word for some reason. It does not sound right. I said it right, but it doesn't sound right. But anyway, we are letting it cure before we use it. I did use raw compost in the garden beds because, like I said in the first update, second update, that I had read that raw compost in one of the layers, not the formal compost layer, is just fine. So we do have still raw compost, or it's probably not actually raw anymore. It's probably been all, you know, soaked up with the nutrients and everything now into the garden beds. But I do believe at some point some point here really soon, we'll be able to put the compost into the beds and restart the beds. I'm keeping the beds that are empty or that are fallow, that are laying fallow, I want to say the term is called, where it's just empty but you're still taking care of it so that it can kind of regenerate a little bit. I want to say that that's the term, but we're keeping those beds nice and ready to go so that for this new planting season, once we can start to put our new seeds and our new transplants in, they will have a good running chance. And I do believe that I will be taking the crates off of each other and destacking some of the crates and looking into getting a grow bag for like the center of the garden piece. You also saw that we have the one old box. It is a very old box. It's been torn up. It's been out there several years. So it is just about completely dead box. The neighborhood cats have used it and used it and used it. I have been looking into animal composting for animal waste because we have the dogs and that box is completely full of cat waste from the neighborhood. I've been looking at ethical ways to dispose of them and to get rid of it without just tossing it all into big old bags that can just sit there and heat up and heat up and heat up. You know, there are I think two big, like, I want to say there are like two cities that have animal composting programs, not for stuff to eat, guys. Don't worry, I'm not going to eat anything from animal composting. It's just going to be a way to, as you guys saw, there's a lot of it in the backyard, and it's just kind of stuck in limbo because I have no clue what to do with it. But the more research I'm doing on this, the more I'm learning that there is something that I can do. And when I know what I'm doing, I can tell you guys what I'm doing. But it's a lot of research. And then we also are looking into more, or I'm looking into more native plants and everything. So we are slowly getting more and more native plants into our garden and everything, because we do need the native pollinators, because there are too much, like, sorry for that weird noise. So slowly I'm getting the family on board with what is called xeriscape, which is basically just a native landscape. So no grass or anything. We don't have grass actually to begin with, guys. We have rocks, but underneath those rocks we have a black tarp. And the more and more I read, the black tarp is not good. That was a practice that was really heavily used, but actually it's not good to have the black tarp down. So there are several reasons for the black tarp not being good, and I've been researching into all of them, and as soon as I know more to give you guys a more concise video about that, benefits and cons, like pros and cons of black tarps, I'll let you guys know. But as you guys know, we have a the cardboard beds outside in the backyard, and so the cardboard beds actually, after the rain had happened, some of the cardboard had come up, but underneath the cardboard, because it's getting all the water runoff from the crates, because the crates are very well draining. Basically, I know if I overwater the beds, because the water goes everywhere, especially onto my feet. So when I was looking underneath the cardboard, that soil underneath there is just so nice now. It's just so nice and supple, and I'm just very happy with that being a lovely side effect. And I'm not using any like printed boxes out there for this reason, because at some point maybe we could actually directly um, plant into the ground, or since we're still renting, maybe the homeowners, if she wants to come back to their house, can then use the ground as, you know, an actual planting ground. So we are regenerating the ground, and we are I'm trying to put a lot of permaculture practices into the yard, and I also am trying to get the family on board. We are almost totally on board with ordering a chip drop. If you guys have heard anything about chip drops, I have seen a lot of pros and a lot of cons about chip drops, but the big thing that I got the most of is that you don't pick. When it comes to the chip drop, you sign up for the chip drop, and they give you what they can give you. They give you either a small amount or a big amount. It just depends on the people that are using this service. So some people have said that they've gotten like 1 ton of stuff, and some people have said that they've got like 10 cubic meters of chips and stuff. So slowly getting on board with that, and hopefully we'll be completely on board with that at some point, and we can put chips in the backyard. But at some point here, before we're doing that, I need to get a wheelbarrow, and I was actually pleasantly surprised that I found a watering can in the backyard, a big old metal watering can. It was actually my husband's grandmother's, and I found that on a shelf when I was taking something out to the shed, and I was like, can I use that? So as soon as we get that shed kind of clean enough that I can get in there and safely grab it, because it's not safe at all to go inside that shed mostly, we just basically store aluminum cans in there, because we do take our aluminum cans in every once in a while. We usually wait for a full cart and then we go take it in. But anyway, I was told that I can use that watering can, and there are in fact more gardening tools somewhere inside that. So I will be going in there as soon as it is safe enough for me to go inside there, grab the watering can, and look for the rest of the gardening tools. I've been able, all of my gardening tools basically, they have been here. They have been family gardening tools. So they were mostly my husband's grandmother's, and they were mostly bought from, like, my husband buys a tool here and there. Um, at one point we had a lot of tools at our old house, but I don't know where half of those ones are anymore. But for the most part, like we like we see on my channel, a lot of the stuff in the garden is upcycled. So I'm very happy that I'm able to find more and more stuff to be able to use and upcycle. And oh, speaking of upcycling, and watering the garden, so right now I water the garden a couple times a week, and then I have the oyas in there, of course, the plant spikes oyas. Excuse me. I have the plant spikes in there, of course, and so we fill the plant spikes. I think half of them need to be filled almost every other day, and then the other half don't need to be filled for like 2 or 3 days. And we've had a couple days of rain, or we've had one really good day of rain and then another sprinkle. So the Oyas actually almost didn't need to be filled at all this week. I was able to fill them at the beginning of the week, and then it rained towards the end of the week. And right now, even my weather app says that there are on and off rainstorm chances. It's 109 right now. But like looking out the window, it's completely sunny. So I really hope it's going to rain again. But the little bit of rain has helped us out astronomically because it just got the ground so nice and wet too. Like I was saying with the cardboard graveyard basically for the garden out there, the water is just kind of penetrating through and just sticking underneath there, and it's really not getting zapped right back out. It's actually being able to sit and do something good for the ground, which is always amazing, amazing, amazing. I've been watching a lot of City Beautiful and trying to learn more about urban infrastructure and how and why my street doesn't have rain gutters. We have no rain gutters. So I'm really looking into trying to make my yard kind of more of a permaculture, did I already say this? Permaculture based yard. So we are trying to boost all the natural stuff. But anyway, the way that I am watering right now, I'm deep watering a couple times a week, like 2, 3 times a week. It just depends because I end up having to wait till the sun is starting to go down, which is like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And I usually go to bed by like 8:30 to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's just the way I need to be able to do it, or I am a zombie at work. But I have been looking into taking our rain barrels that we have out there. They are already upcycled 5-gallon water jugs, and I've been looking into how to further upcycle those into automatic waterers. So I've been looking into it and everything, and we are slowly going to start grabbing the pieces, like the drill bits that we need and all that kind of stuff. So as soon as we get all that stuff and we go to do this automatic watering system with the rain barrel that we have upcycled, I will definitely make a video on that to show you guys the whole process and everything. So I don't think there's much more I can say right now about the video at this moment. That is the garden update, and at this moment we are still going strong, and we are still, like I said, even though things are dying, I'm still very excited. And we are actually going to at some point here in the coming weeks go into our local hardware store, garden center, and look to get some amendments. If I can find them there, I will get them there. If I'm not, I think I might just go and try to order some off of the Epic Gardening storefront, because if you guys don't know, Epic Gardening, Kevin Espetu, I am basically like obsessed with him and Jock's channels, and also growing in the garden. She is Arizona based, and actually I from her learned about the Arizona worm farm. So verma farming, or like vermicomposting, that also is super interesting to me. So that will probably even make our way into our garden bed. If we end up getting a nice big growing grow bag, because like there's like a 5-foot diameter one on my Amazon cart that I really want, but I'm trying to find if I can find it in like actual store so I don't have to order on Amazon, personal reasons. But anyway, if I get that type of bed, being able to have like a vermicomposting area would be amazing. I would absolutely love to have a sub pod at some point, but that is going to be a future thing, and I believe I've already mentioned my desire to have a sub pod at some point. That is still future, down the road. Right now, we just have to do what we're doing, how we're doing, and see if it works out and how it works out. So thank you guys for joining me in this video. I know it's a bit rambly, and I know it's a bit really, not a bit, but really all over the place. But thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If there's any questions that you guys had of anything that I've said, or you guys want more info on how I said it, please let me know in the comments below, and I will try my best. And also, if there's anything that you guys want to see more information on, like another video on, please let me know, because that as well I will also completely do, because I touched a little bit on watering in this video, but I'm still learning a lot about what it comes to the best times to water things and all that kind of beautiful things. So we're just trying to make it work, and um, I love you all for being here, for spending your time with me. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. If you guys are not subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe. My analytics say that the majority of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if that's you, I would absolutely love it if you did subscribe. And if you think that this video might find a good audience with somebody you know, please share this video. And then follow me on Instagram at the That Mom Mercedes, that I had popped up on the screen in the beginning of the video, because I do give a whole lot more updates over there on Instagram than I do on practically any other socials. So real time uploading and real time updates over there on Instagram, not every day, but at least every week. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.